Welcome back to my channel, YouTube. My name is Cameron, and this is Invest in Yourself. Today we're going to cover a video over at AMD. AMD lately has been hot. I want to cover 3 topics overall, kind of looking what's been fueling this fire the last month and a half, and looking over what we can expect from the future. And third, will I buy more, and do I think it's a good price point as we sit today, around $90+ a share? Please let me know how you think of the video down in the comments. Maybe pop a like and subscribe. Again, thank you so much, and let's get with it. So going over these 3 topics here on AMD today. First, we're going to look at why AMD continues to surge. Second, we're going to go over AMD's future and their outlook. And third, my prediction, will I buy more with AMD? So let's roll into number 1. Looking at AMD shares, they're up 85% year to date. Shares has surged as much as around 6.5% Monday after the company quietly launched that new level graphics card that is going to be set to compete with NVIDIA. Looking over a little bit, that little card they released on Monday, the Radeon RX 5300 GPU, it's on its website. They kind of released it without any kind of notice and just kind of surprised everyone, because the card's like a direct competitor to NVIDIA's GeForce GTX 1650, and it undercuts the price massively. Looking at the GPU, the RX 5300, it's like a new standard, entry level in 1080p gaming. If any of y'all gamers out there, you'll know what I mean. It's powered by the groundbreaking 7 nanometer RDNA. Remember, that's one of the microchips that AMD released before Intel, and Intel right now is kind of delayed that 7 nanometer microchip, and that's why I think for the short term, I think AMD is going to kind of take away some of those profit margins from Intel. But going back into looking into the 5300, it basically enhances like imaging sharpening and anti-lag technology, and it delivers extreme efficient and ultra responsive for gaming performance. Another reason why you've seen the massive gain for AMD is the semiconductor company beat analysis estimates when it reported better than expected earnings in July, boasted by the notebook and server processor sales. In addition, YouTube, with AMD's raised its current quarter guidance and saying it's confident it can meet strong demand, so they're going to meet that guidance they put out in the beginning of the year, even due to COVID and the pandemic. I think they're going to be able to meet their guidance overall, YouTube, and end up pushing a profit overall. But it has been about a month since the last earnings report for AMD, and the shares have added around 13% plus in the time frame, outperforming the S&P 500 by like 5% basis points. Strength in the computing overall, I think YouTube and graphics segment drove year-by-year improvements. Markedly, data center productions contribute more than 20% to the total second quarter revenue. So we just covered a little bit why I think you're seeing this big surge since the middle part of July is some of these new product releases and this big earnings beat overall when they had the earnings call back in July. So we'll move into number 2. Looking at AMD's future and outlook, AMD's focused on introducing new high-performance processors to support complex applications in advanced modeling and database and hyperconvergent workloads. In enterprise and domain, Dell, Lenovo, and HPE have selected all their processors to power their prospective next-generation platforms. Moreover, though, the processors have been selected by Amazon, Oracle, Microsoft, and IBM to power their respective cloud-based HPC's offerings too. Check in. Furthermore, YouTube management is optimistic increasing utilization of AMD CPUs and GPUs across supercomputing cloud systems. AMD's has been like deep in rail like NVIDIA's graphics and card domain over this last year, recording like impressive market share growth thanks to well-priced GPUs that have proved to be a hit among consumers. The thing we have to look to, YouTube, is the future is looking hot with AMD, especially when their console opportunity. AMD has been chosen by Microsoft and Sony when it comes to the Xbox and the PlayStation to provide central processing units and custom GPUs for their upcoming consoles. NVIDIA has missed the train on this, I believe, totally, YouTube, and it's been a huge win for AMD. And the console graphics hardware market is expected to generate around $17 billion in the revenue next year. Looking at AMD's sharp spike in console graphics sales expected next year is not surprising, as PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X are scheduled to go on sale during the holiday period this year. The launch of the new console is expected to trigger a massive upgrade cycle and boost the size of the console graphics market. YouTube, of course, that NVIDIA has a stake in the console graphics market with the Switch, But AMD holds such a greater sway here as Sony PlayStation 4 and the Microsoft Xbox has a combined market share of 74% in the console. This means that AMD can corner more of the incremental console graphics cards that overall, which could give it more of an edge over NVIDIA in the battle for the GPU supremacy. So I think it's looking pretty good, I would say, YouTube, for the future for AMD with some of these companies, and it taking over the console market when it comes to the GPUs and CPUs. Let's roll into number 3 topic on this AMD little presentation. Rolling to number 3, my prediction: will I buy more of AMD? I think AMD can hurt NVIDIA here if the upcoming graphics card based on the RDNA 2 microarchitecture can deliver the improvements that the chip maker is promising. AMD claims the next generation graphics card could deliver a 50% improvement performance per watt as compared to the existing cards. AMD expects third quarter 2020 revenues of $2.5 billion, indicating a year-over-year, quarter-over-quarter growth of 42% and 32% respectively. Semi-custom revenues are projected for strong growth driven by gains from production increase to support the launch of the latest Xbox Series X and the PlayStation 5 gaming consoles. Let me know, YouTube, down in the comments, and when those gaming consoles are going to get released. I'm assuming the holiday season, but let me know down in the comments. I continue to believe that AMD, YouTube, that's poised to grow rapidly in the coming years, especially that Intel's failed to deliver short term, especially when it comes to their 7nm microchip, and they had to delay it. And I think there's huge opportunities with the Xbox, PlayStation, and the Radeon RX 5300 GPU. I'll continue buying this company whenever there's pullbacks. And overall, as you see in the public account, I hold, shares of, not many shares I like, but anytime I get nice 5 to 10% pullbacks, I add this, a dollar cost average in, and I want to build this out one to my third or fourth biggest holding in my account, in the public account here. But overall, right now, I think AMD is kind of frothy, in need of a little pullback. But overall, this company, if you have a 3 to 5 year outlook, I think it's going to be one of the top 2 when it comes to semiconductors, and I projected it to be around $300 or $400 billion market cap in the future. So that puts it right up there with Intel and NVIDIA. So long as they keep on progressing, I think we're going to see great things from AMD overall. So we're going to roll into the closing, and thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much, YouTube, again, for coming to my channel. I hope you enjoyed the video on AMD and looking at why this company's been on a surge the last month and a half, and giving some perspective of future outlook, and hopefully company keeps on going to rise before the end of the year. And let me know down in the comments what you think of overall the video and AMD, and what do you think about the other competitors like NVIDIA and Intel, and do you hold AMD or the other companies? And give me your perspective. Again, thank you so much. Pop a like, maybe subscribe. Again, always remember to invest in yourself. Thank you so much.